Hey gang, what's going on? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys making some time for today's video. We're going to talk about casting today, and we're going to be talking about some common mistakes people make with it, give you guys some tips and advice that will help improve your casting, because unless you're a live scoper and you just cast out in open water all the time, there's nothing that's going to improve your fishing quicker than becoming a true artist at casting. I got some good tips and advice with you guys I'm going to give today. Real quick, just wanted to remind you guys, it's been a while. Anybody out there interested in becoming a member of the channel, all you have to do is go to the About section of my YouTube page, click on Intuitive Memberships. It gives you all the information, and members, they get additional videos that aren't seen by the public. Some memberships have access to my personal email address. So it's a really good way to support the channel if you'd like to become a member. Much appreciated. Okay guys, here's the deal about casting. I had to learn how to become a really good caster early on, because I just didn't have any money to go fishing very much. And one thing that I could do that didn't cost money was cast. I could cast out in the yard. I could, go to the creek and learn my casting. I became really, really good at casting, and I won the Bass Pro Shops National Casting Competition. They've had it the 2 years I was in it. I got second at the first year, then I won at the next year. So I've really relied on casting to help my fishing out a lot over the years. And I wanted to do this video on the lake to sort of give you guys some on the water deals, but I'm getting ready to leave this weekend for the Bassmaster Open at South Carolina, and I got to go do some work down for my mom and dad's place today, so I'm gonna do it here in the truck. So here's the deal, guys. Just sort of an overview of what can really help you with this. First of all, casting is as much of an art form as anything. It's like when you become good at casting, there's a flow to it that's almost like watching a ballet dancer, because a really good caster has the ability to just smoothly and effortlessly move from one presentation and one cast to the next. It's something that almost like a martial art when you get really good at it. Here's some basic tips I want to give you guys right off the bat. First of all, the number one thing is you need to learn to cast with both hands. You need to become ambidextrous with your casting. And like I said, I'll do a video on this later, but the thing about learning to cast with both hands is that you can switch from your left to right hand back and forth based upon the cover that you're approaching in the water. It's like if you're going down the bank and there's a piece of cover on your left, you can make a left-handed cast, and then if you look up 20 foot in front of you and there's a piece on the right, you can switch to the right, and it just goes fluid back and forth. So number one, learn to cast with both hands. Anybody can do it. It's just a matter of practicing. Second thing is one of the casts I think that is really overrated is learning to skip. Skipping to me is more for show than reality. Now, don't get me wrong. There are certain situations where skipping is key, like if you're skipping underneath cables or if you're skipping underneath overhanging limbs. But from my experience, there's very few skipping situations that you can't duplicate by pitching and flipping. And therefore, I highly recommend you guys spend more of your time learning to perfect your pitching and flipping skills than your skipping skills. I just think that in the real world of bass fishing, there's more of an application for pitching and flipping. Out of all the skipping that I've done over the years, I very rarely skip with the bait caster. Most of my presentations into tight areas are pitching and flipping because I can get it way back up in there. One of the things that I do recommend though is learning how to skip with a spinning outfit, because with the spinning outfit, you can place stuff like wacky rigs and floating worms and real light lures with very little or weightless lures. You can place them far back underneath like docks and areas that are hard to get to, that you simply cannot pitch or flip because the lures are so light. So you definitely learn to skip with a spinning outfit. Other casts that you need to learn is basically a sidearm cast, left and right handed sidearm cast. You need to learn some type of a roll cast, and you need to perfect your two-handed overhand cast, because the two-handed overhand cast will allow you to maximize your distance. Also, the two-handed sidearm cast will also allow you to maximize distance too. So we'll do some more videos of this at a later point. I'll get out on the water with the camera to show you guys, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview here because in the time that I had to do the video today, and like I said, there's nothing out there that is going to help you become better and catch more fish quicker and learn to be a better caster. I could go into any Walmart across the country right now, pick out some dude in there that's never even caught a fish in his life and never picked up a rod and reel, didn't know anything about fishing. I could spend an entire day with him in the backyard teaching him to cast like I'm talking about, and the next day he could go out there and catch a lot of bass simply because he knows how to cast. So it's so critical, so important. And it's probably a skill that's starting to atrophy because, you know, if you're a live scoper out there, all you're doing is casting out into open water most of the time. So you don't need to become an artist at it. So live scopers may not be that big of a deal to them. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning into the video. Like I said, if you're interested in becoming a channel member, I'll put all the links of the information for that's in the about section of my homepage. Check it out, Intuitive Memberships. And we'll talk later. See you.